Good morning. I'm higher vibrations and so are you. Along the lines of Ascension Symptoms, things have gotten a little bit intense for some people. You know, there's a lot of new people awakening right now. And it's just going to continue to accelerate, which is beautiful, but it puts so many strong energies into this whirlpool that we're experiencing right now. And it might just feel more intense than it really is, if that makes any sense. We're all empathic in some way. It's a natural part of who and what we are. We're connected, all of us. None of us are ever truly alone. The false illusion of isolation is unique to this existence. We're all one. And as everyone experiences different things, we're still feeling each other in some way. And it does make it feel like it's more intense. Some of the ascension symptoms that people have are actual signs or symptoms of some other underlying medical condition. And if that's the case, please seek help. If you feel concerned about that, if there's some need to, please go seek medical assistance. I've done that, and in each case, there's always been, in my experience, along these lines, there's not been an answer to it. It's simply a medication, and let's see if this works. And personally, I don't choose to engage in that. So anyway, the ascension symptoms that are really becoming really pronounced for me right now, there's this one that went away for a long time. It started twitching there and muscle spasming. The eye thing and the face stuff, that's just, difficult to experience, annoying. And I started out on this eye forever ago. I don't even know now how long ago. A series of maybe over a year. It switched to this eye, and then it went away. And then, I had different spasming, throughout the body, and you could tell it was electric charge of some kind, so it was definitely some type of activation. But I was very glad that the twitching of the face went away. It's come back on my lips and back on this eye again, and it's definitely annoying, but I understand what it is. It's like a shaking out of the corners, like get the dust out of the rug kind of a thing. I don't know how much sense that makes to anybody, but if that's what it is. That makes sense to me. It's kind of my experience when I ask that question. It's like a shaking out and loosening of these things that have been embedded in our experience for a long time, that it's time for them to go. And so along with that, the dizziness comes and goes, and it's different kinds of dizziness, like disorientation in a spiritual way sometimes feels dizzy, and also not in just disorientation, but also just anchoring in presence and aware in a space will sometimes cause that almost physical euphoric experience that feels sometimes like dizziness. I mean, other times the dizziness is a result of, again, these beautiful new souls that are awakening and feeling them. It's a dizzy experience in the very beginning. So many of us are still going through that right now. There's so much to take in that it is a dizzying process to go through. And so that's another reason that I know that I feel the dizziness, but there are multiple reasons that I really am not gonna. I don't think it's very considerate for me to sit here and continue on with that particular. But there's a lot of different reasons for each symptom, is my point, and they are all ascension symptoms, but it's applying to different things, like the different pains that we're getting, like a while back it was in the palms of my hands, as well as the sole of my feet. And that was a chakra activation. I understood what it was when it was happening, as well as the sides of my head. At one point, the headache that happened here, and it continued up, And at one point I had shorter fingernails at the time, but I could physically put my the tips of my fingers, it felt like in a groove. That was truly physically there. And then within a couple of days, it was gone. And that the whole time I understood that that had something to do with the chakra activation, and that type of thing may happen again. There's a lot of different, each experience and each phase and each part of this is just simply a stair on the grand staircase, moving our way up, within this existence and without. And so each one of these things you don't experience it once, it's just maybe a little bit different each time. And so I'm finding myself repeating myself in that way because we're still having these beautiful experiences. They're just maybe more understood and affecting in a different way. So, and that goes along with this electric kind of feeling on the surface of my skin that we've been talking about for a little while. It's just kind of been evolving. At first there's like this itchy kind of like, felt like almost like a dermatitis kind of thing, and then, it's also a tickling and like a prickling a little bit sometimes, and then like not quite pins and needles, but sometimes true, it does have that sensation. However, the majority of the time for me, I'm finding these days it's more of a spiritual connected to physical euphoria. And it's really cool. It's a very enjoyable experience. And it's just fuzzy, lovely. It's really cool. But it definitely has that static electricity-like element feeling kind of to it. But the ear ringing, it has, I don't expect that to stop, to be honest, as the different octaves are coming in and they're presenting themselves in a different way each time, in such a beautiful way. Like sometimes it's such a melody, and sometimes it's becoming easier to understand what each one means for my personal experience. And in that way, there's no words to convey it, to explain it. How do you describe music to someone who has not heard it? And that's what it is, though. And it's beautiful. It's a language. It's pretty cool. Along with that type of thing, there's a lot of reports, in my experience as well, in hearing light is the best way to say it, I guess. As light is love, right? Light is love and love is light, and there's no separating the two. Love is the all. That's it. We are all love. It's funny, I've already jumped to this. I was encouraged to do this video today because that's something I need to talk about. And it's beautiful, and it's pure, and it's all I want to talk about these days. It feels like that's just it. And that's love. This love that we are. Like, something changes when, I don't know when or what or why, but something has changed that's made it more present and harder to ignore that all things are nothing but love. Even those things and those your opponent or your barrier at the moment or whatever it is, like, I don't want to use the word that, unkindly person that you have with you or enemy, but it changes where there is no opposition, there is no other side, there is only love in different ways that it's showing itself, different ways that it's playing out its part. And if we are all one living, breathing, thriving organism of love, just like the Amazon rainforest, only on the grandest scale possible, then, I don't know. There is no place for for that fear, for that concern, for that shame. We are all one another. There's no one to prove anything to. You are just accepted just as you are, without any question. Unwavering, true, pure love. And it's so beautiful. Anything that happens, or that has happened, or that will occur, it doesn't matter. It is going to occur. It has occurred because it needed to. And yeah, maybe there's definitely heartbreak and disharmony that occurs in certain things. But in the end, it really is all about love. It all wraps back to, and it's all going back toward love. Some directions would just have been extended so far that it's difficult for people like myself, or beings like myself, perhaps in the beginning, to recognize it as that. So, we're in another phase, and this time, in this place that we are in, all we need to do is keep our vibration up. Ignore the noise, the chaos, the intentional drive to try to bring people into a place of fear through sensationalization, through doomsday sayers and things like that. You're good. You're loved. You are love. Take care of yourself. I keep hearing the message, go within, stay within, and go within. If I can, don't go out as much if stuff's going on. But that's the most important time to pull into myself, into that place of meditation, that place of 0 point, and bring my vibration up and remember this love. The more that we're here, the more it's hard for me not to feel this. I'm like this all the time now. Like, I'm like weeping at like a leaf dancing in the wind, you know, like, it's beautiful. Everything is so pure and beautiful because it's love, and that's it. And you are loved, and you are not alone. I make these videos for you because I know what it's like to be going through this stuff and think that you're crazy and think there's something unbalanced about you. It's easy to feel that way when you're first waking up and perhaps don't have a vocabulary to assign to each of these experiences. If that's you, you found your home. You found your people, and I welcome you. I will continue to do a video about at least every week, but I'll do my best to try to add a couple more every once in a while. There's just a lot of experience occurring. I'm here for you. We're here for each other. Thank you for watching. And please comment, participate, be with one another in this community of light. We're all going through this in some way or another. And knowing that you're not alone is the most empowering experience that we can offer one another. I hope you're having a lovely journey. Aho Blessings.